Yeah. So yeah, we're looking pretty good for the month.
Good.
Another up month, which is good. We've beaten every month so far, which is good. I like
That's fantastic.
I like
That's
seeing
awesome.
that. So, like September looks to be like it will also be one of those months because we have 6 total Etna events.
Did you s-
4, 5, 6 weddings, I think. 4.
Yes, I have the most complicated wedding next weekend, or this weekend. Most complicated one I've ever done. I've sent him 3
Are
invoices,
you?
all with different stuff on it. So now I got to print them all out and figure out what I got to cook
Why don't you just change the one invoice? Oh, because they've already paid.
because you already paid it.
Yeah. See, this is
They
why I
wanted,
don't take
they wanted to
payment
add
this early.
things. They wanted to keep changing things. I'm like, oh, all right.
Uh,
Like I got to do the vegetarian Bush's baked beans instead of the normal ones because they can't eat pork. And so we're doing brisket. We're doing chicken legs. They wanted to do potato salad, and then they came and tried our cheese and potatoes. They want to do that instead.
yeah,
So I'm like, it's a different price, but I'm not going to charge you it. Like, let's just get this done and over
yeah,
with, please.
yeah. I think that's my favorite reason for not having people pay a month ahead or whatever.
Can,
I because we let people know that I said your head count and menu doesn't lock in until a week out. I need it locked in by then, and then we're good to go. So if you want to pay a week out, as long as it's in the right month,
I
I'm
can see
okay with
that.
that.
Yeah.
But just so you don't have to do 4,000 invoices like you're doing right now. Justin says his 1 year anniversary is on Thursday. So happy anniversary to you and your truck.
Hey, Justin, go fuck yourself.
You get no prize for your anniversary.
No
No
prize. No,
prize.
he gets a GFY.
Um, so yeah, we have chaos weekend. A chaos 3 days. Thursday the 12th, Friday the 13th, and Saturday the 14th. Which is about, I think, total we're at, what was it? 16,000 for the 3 days.
Hmm.
So
Good.
we have an Etna counter day. He says thank you, by the way. An Etna counter day on Thursday, 2 weddings, and the Etna shooting event on Friday, and 2 weddings on Saturday.
Next week
So that,
is probably my chaos week.
Pam, if you are available to help with a wedding or two, one of them's in Caledonia. So hi.
Pam, if you're in the Jackson area, no. Um,
She
so
said
we have our.
GFY, by the way. She said.
Oh, she did not. She would not say that at all. Uh, so we have our barbecue beets and barley event with Arbor Hospice on next Thursday, the 5th.
Awesome.
And then we have, and for some reason I made an extensive menu and I'm fucking kicking myself in the ass. And then we have our shooting event on Friday the 6th. And then we have a 250 person wedding on Saturday the 7th. So, and then I decided, because I'm an idiot, Thursday the 13th, I have a event in the afternoon from 4 to 8. And I'm going to travel across the state and do a KCBS comp the next day. So I'm going to show up at like 10:30 at night because it's a new event. I want to see if I can win it and get a jack draw.
Pam says she would never say GFY.
I know she wouldn't. I'm not stupid.
But it would be
Pam,
funny.
Pam, Pam is an innocent young lady.
All that is true.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a busy September, so I'm hoping to get back up as far as sales go in September.
And how's the cafe coming?
The last thing that still needs to be done is the floor. I'm expecting the quote. He came out Friday. I'm expecting the quote Wednesday to figure out how much that is going to run us. And hopefully they can. They said they'd be able to fit us in between other big jobs because it's a smaller area. Once the floor's done, equipment goes in. Again, October is the hopefully the day. or the month, I should say. We'll have a soft opening. I mean, we've done it before, just behind their counter,
Yeah.
so it shouldn't be hard for us. But it's just more of the. I still have to get the big smoker over there.
Cool. This should make you feel good. We've had a massive outbreak in restaurants closing in Grand Rapids in the last week and a half. It has been like every day I'm getting this restaurant closing. And a lot of them downtown Grand Rapids, which doesn't surprise me. It's hard to make it downtown Grand Rapids, mostly
I
because
assume the
rent,
rent's just going to be so high.
it's ridiculous. Like you're like $2,000 a square foot.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you're not gangbusters from day one open, it's going to be really hard to pay month to rent. So, but yeah, it's downtown Grand Rapids and the whole surrounding area. There's restaurants closing left and right now. Be that as it may, I think we're getting to I think it's good though.
Do you take the monthly rent, divide it by the square footage
That's
to figure out how
usually
much?
how they
How much?
are. That's usually how they have them listed is by the square foot. So they'll have dollar amount and then the slash square foot slash and then monthly, yearly, if it's by the month or by the year. So sometimes you get like $30 a square foot, but it's annual price versus the $3 a square foot, which is or per month. So you got to
I'm at $2.19 a square foot.
per month.
Yep,
That's not bad.
per month. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It's at least worth it to get everything out of my house.
So
And the only thing that parks at my house is my
so
trailer.
how much are you paying then a month, if you don't mind?
So yeah, we made an agreement that if I pay for half the floor, he'll drop basically that dollar amount off my rent for the next 2 years. So I pay $905.
It's not bad.
No, I thought it was fair. So it was originally going to be $800, but I had to do the build out. And I said, "How about you do the build out because it doesn't make sense for me to do it because if I leave, I can't recoup that cost. If you basically just get a perfectly done building." So they're going to basically I said, "Let's raise it to 1,000 and you do the build out." And now he's like, and I said, "Well, let's get the floor done and I'll pay for half and then you can just take my half off the rent for the next 2 years or next year." The only downside is he wants me to sign a 2-year lease. And I don't know about that yet. But I think it'll be worth it.
You should be able to. I would try to get a contingency in there. So if things just aren't working out, like there's got to be if you're not hitting your target or a reasonable target, like you need to be if you're not hitting break even, like there's got to be some sort of we can back out because at that point you're not helping them either,
No.
So
Well, and they were talking. I met with them a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about they normally shut down shop at 2:00 in the afternoon. And so my opening hours were going to be like 11 to 8, either Tuesday through Sunday or Wednesday through Sunday. I'm not sure the time or the days yet, but they were saying, well, maybe we can stock somebody so you can utilize the drive-through. And I'm like, well, drive-throughs on the opposite side of the building, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but I just really want to get the floor done so I can move forward with it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't utilize their people. That would be another part of my. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so weird about it. If anybody's going to be working in any fashion for me, I'm responsible for hiring said person.
Yeah, I will. So I think the working hours for employees is going to be like 9 to 3 and 3 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
So bring in people to prep and then stay at least an hour later to close down, make sure everything's cleaned up. I'm horrible. So my helpers that I have on the truck, I've realized mainly because when I hurt my knee, my wife went in and deep cleaned my trailer, and she was astonished on how, well, I'll say it, how dirty it was. Like it's not just what you can see, and that's all I ever really think about is what you can see. It's what you can't see. Yeah. Hey there, fella. So my
Hold on, Chad.
my thing is it's what you can't see. And like when I had the pop fall out of the fridge, there was still pop cans underneath
Mhm.
that had exploded. And so realizing that opening up a shop and being in their building and knowing how clean freaks they are is hopefully going to push me in a better direction than what I have been.
We really made
So
an effort this year with our cleaning to do better. Not that we were filthy before, but just doing better in the
the
details.
diamond plate just
Yeah.
sucks.
So doing better in the detail cleaning of the trailer, and it has made a huge difference. So we
Yeah.
definitely notice when something is dirty now versus like it sticks out because the rest of the trailer is so clean. So
Yes.
I'd almost eat off the
So who
floor.
do we have? Who do we have as a guest?
It looks like Chad joined us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me
Oh,
tell you, I got a table from
Hey, Chadwick.
Q fellas barbecue.
Quick fellas.
Are you smoking right now?
Not yet.
I,
Ribs go on shortly.
I'm seeing smoke.
Well,
That's just me.
that's just helping his emphysema.
Is that the ashes of your enemies in front of you?
Yeah.
Your friendly neighbor?
I'm still
What?
cleaning one of Skippy's tables to this date.
We won't talk about your stuff.
Well,
Okay.
that's why I missed the little trailers. I could just take everything out and just power wash the inside but yeah, one of Skippy's tables that he had in his old trailer, I'm still getting pork grease off of it.
Skippy, you don't need to hang yourself. It's not that bad. So, Chad, what did you want to talk to us about?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
no, I
What
just
can?
always want to have an option to call in. That way, when I disagree with something that you guys say, I can.
Steve, who do you need to
What?
speak up?
Probably Chad.
I'm assuming so too.
What?
But
What could you? Would you like to speak up over about anything thus far?
This weekend went good.
Well, talk about it.
good,
Tell us all
good,
about it.
good.
Where were you?
From one side of the state to the other. So we started. I think where'd I go Monday? Shelby Township. Newer neighborhood. We did like 700 and some odd bucks. It was cool. It was windy. I don't know if that was an issue, but it was nice. It wasn't 112 in the trailer. It was a balmy 80 something.
Chad, if you could just speak up just a touch. Our YouTube
Use
All
your
right,
use your
can you hear me
outside.
now?
our
Use
YouTube
your outside
listeners are
voice.
having a hard time hearing you. So
Well, I don't know. It
scream
must
away.
be this.
Use your outside voice.
Are you using your phone?
Outside.
No, I'm on the computer.
Okay. Under your sound settings, you should be able to change the gain on your microphone.
Come on, it's all the way up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe get closer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, get closer.
Yeah. Just put it right up to your mouth.
Like this.
Yeah, so we did we went back, we did that one neighborhood, then we went back to another neighborhood in Novi. I was their first truck of the year and last month, and I didn't take ribs because some of these neighborhoods are going to getting freaking burned. You know, these neighborhoods are we want food trucks to come out, then the neighborhood doesn't come out and buy from the food truck. So I'm like, I'm not taking ribs because, you know, show me that you guys justify me bringing ribs.
Mhm.
You know, you're paying $50 a neighborhood, and then your cost to go cook for it, and then you get down there and you do $100 in sales. I could understand it if it was me knocking on the door to go there.
Right.
But these guys are asking for food trucks to show up. So we went to that apartment complex, and they I didn't take ribs. I just told them that we sold out at lunch. So we went back again this week. We took 10 slabs, and within 22 minutes, they were gone. Then, of course, you get the people that come up at 7:25 when you're leaving at 7:30. Hey, you got any ribs left? Yeah. You should have been here 4 o'clock. Well, you don't open till 4:30. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that neighborhood. Then we went over towards Bubba's neck of the woods, right on Lake St. Clair. And the guy called me the day before, or 2 days before, and he said that we've had taco trucks show up and they've run out of food. Basically, every truck has run out of food early. So, okay. So we prepped, and of course, we ran out of ribs within the first 20 minutes. And we took 12 slabs. And did that. Then we did the Hazel Park Art Fair Saturday, Sunday, which is pretty good. It's pretty consistent between last year and this year. I mean, within 10, 15 tickets.
Good.
So,
Chad, how long have you been open?
it feels like forever. This is
So,
the
a
first year
month?
full time. Huh?
What's that?
First year full time.
Okay.
And that full time borders between part time and full time. We're not out every day, but probably at least 5 days a week.
How many times have you considered selling everything?
At least once a month.
Why are you laughing, Skippy?
I'm not. I'm just.
So, I mean, that's pretty normal. I thought about it too. I mean, especially 19 going into 20 with everything shut down. So I did the responsible thing and just quit my regular job and said, fuck it. But
Yeah, it's.
and then cried at the back of the trailer by the sinks on the days that we had days like our friend Isaac, who had one order after the first hour and a half.
So Chad, so you got into this. To. What's your biggest, not regret? What's your biggest takeaway so far from when you started till now about the food truck industry and the food truck business?
My biggest takeaway?
Yeah. What have you learned about the food truck business?
More than I ever cared to.
Solid answer.
No, I mean,
Kind of weird, but okay.
it's consistently inconsistent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I believe what I was trying to get at is it's not a, I think we talked about it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's you
well,
have to
according
really
to you
work.
two, it is.
I never said that. I told you that on the phone a number of times.
I know. I've never said that either. It's a hustler's game. You have to hustle. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, Isaac's been messaging us for the last 6 months about opening up his. He's got a shit ton more money into it than I think me and Josh do combined. And he just had his first event and had like 8 sales over 3 hours?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm still not rich. I never plan on being rich off this thing. Making a living is my only goal. And I didn't pay myself for 2 years, essentially. So
I still don't pay myself. Well,
yes,
I can't say that. I don't pay myself directly. Indirectly, I do.
I'm talking about I didn't take anything for a year and a half.
Oh.
Everything I had that we had for sales went back into the business. Every single penny. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
I lived off savings for a year. So yeah, everything went back in to pay the bills on the trailer. But I was also mid-pandemic and didn't have. I mean, we were looking at $6 a pound for brisket. You know,
But
trying to make that work is fun math. When you're brand new and begging for locations, people not being out and about. I mean, everybody talked about how, I drove to work today and I was the only person on the road at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah. Try running a food truck when there's no one driving by,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Chad, you talk about how I'm in a bigger metro area, so it's easier. I dealt with that, you know, and
well,
good.
I mean,
Go ahead.
it is. I mean, the whole county for my whole county is maybe 60,000
That's a lot of people.
for a whole county.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
All you need is 60 a day.
So you think about
you
it,
need
Chad.
a
Think about it like
a
this.
0.5% of those people to come to your truck every day.
Think about it like this. So yes, Josh lives in a major metro, or lives near and can possibly service a major metropolitan area that has a shit ton of people. But there's also a shit ton of food trucks
And
that are all vying for the same amount of people.
And restaurants.
Yeah, in Jackson, where I'm at, it's a smaller metropolitan area. Like we probably have, I think, 40,000 for the city, or I think we have 40 to 60,000 for the county too. But it's more of, we also have 30 food trucks in our area, and with 6 of them being barbecue. So it's about hustle. It's about,
Oh, I mean,
just
I've figured
just
it out. The
finding.
matrix is, I know you guys say you don't want to drive any more than an hour. So I have to start my looking 15 minutes away. So I'm guaranteed doing a minimum of an hour and 15.
I mean, yeah, as long as the money's
And
there.
that-
I mean, if that's how far you have to drive to have a good day, then you build it into your prices and it's part of your operating expenses. I mean, we'll drive more than an hour, but we typically don't need to. We drive an hour and a half once a month each way. Outside of our catering stuff, yeah, most of our stuff is 25 to 35 minutes from my house. But I mean, there's times where our lunch and dinner are on opposite sides of town by far, and Caleb drove 50 minutes from one location to the next on Saturday. So, no, it was from our morning location to the catering and then to dinner location. He was over an hour and 15. So, I mean, yeah,
it sucks to have to drive to find something.
It does.
Like it does. It absolutely
yes,
sucks.
there's more people, but there's also more competition. And there is so much barbecue right now in this freaking area.
It's like, build a barbecue truck because everybody says it's easy.
Well, that, and then these little brick and mortars that are everywhere. Because everybody sees ticket sales and they don't think about everything else that goes in with it. Where the snow cone guy is making money hand over fist because all he has for overhead is cups, water, and syrup, and a tiny little trailer. And then charging $6 for a snow cone.
Screw the grilled cheese business. I want to be in that business.
I know.
I want to be in that business.
Yeah, if you want to make money, Chad, open a snow cone machine or a snow cone truck.
No, I don't like kids.
That's just what the court tells you.
You don't like customers either, so I don't know.
Yes, get in there, order your shit, and get the hell out.
That's what people like to hear.
There's that TikTok clip that's going around. I can't remember what movie. And it's this old lady. She's the 2 deputies walk into her restaurant, and she's like, "What don't you want? You either want the corn or the corn on the cob or the green beans." She's like, 1984, we had some yippee come in here wanting trout. She's like, "We don't serve no damn trout." What I'm really loving right now is the parents who don't pay attention to their kids, or apparently my serving shelf that's on the outside of the trailer is a jungle gym.
That's when you
So,
have to tell them, hey, it's not a fucking jungle gym.
well, no, I'm just going to make a sign put up on there. Parents, if your kids rip my shelf off, I charge $1,500 an hour in labor and plus $4,000 a day for being down. Control your kids.
Honest question: if they're not paying attention to their kids, do you think they're going to pay attention to your sign? That sign wasn't there. It wasn't there at all.
I'm going to tape it right to the square reader.
Exactly.
I did find out though yesterday that I can take a payment on Square through my phone.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I had closed up and I was getting ready to we were getting ready to leave, and someone come up and they're like, "Do you still have any brisket?" I'm like,
absolutely.
I said, "Yes." I said, "But I've turned the power off." And then I was like, "Oh shit, I can do this off my phone."
Yeah, it's we've had to do that a couple times when we have not paid attention to the generator and it's run out of gas, or when we were having all those CO2 alarm issues. Being able to pull off my phone was pretty nice.
That's what happened to me yesterday. That's when I know when to leave.
All right, well, nice talking to you.
Oh.
Bye. Oh, thank God, that's over.
I didn't say it.
Just kidding, Chad. It was nice talking to you. We did not get to any of the things you want to talk about, and you can always just text us. I will read your comments. I swear to God, I will. Especially if you put them on YouTube where everyone else can see them. Chad likes to call us and talk to us and ask questions, and he's always
he says selling the truck is once a month. More like once a week.
Yeah, he gave me the last call I had from him. He was, I think, as close as he has ever been to it.
Yeah, it's been.
Bubba says
it's
WTF was that? I don't know, but it was the easiest way to make the never mind.
Bubba, we gave him your number, so he'll call you next. So the one thing, and I hope Chad's listening to this, because I'll say the one thing that hurts him the most is that he's so worried about competition, and he'll cook to competition. Like as far as if there's a food truck event with another barbecue, he'll go less. And okay, which is fair. If you want to, you go less. But you're out there to make your own money. Like the barbecue could be the shittiest barbecue you ever had. And I have seen people drop other people's food in the garbage and come over and spend money at my truck. And you're going to have it. Hopefully they never do it to me, or I'm just not looking at it right, but whatever. I think that selling to competition, or making enough food for competition, is just it's copping out. And when I say make as much as you feel good selling out with, that's what it is. If you only want to make 2 pork butts and a brisket and a full pan of mac and cheese, and you're okay selling out and making $700, do it. That's up to you. Competition is the biggest thing, or not the competition, but communication's the biggest thing when it comes to, like, you didn't take ribs that one day. Make sure you communicate with your organizers. Hey, I know ribs are on my menu. Unfortunately, we don't have them, but we have a lot of other stuff. Send the menu out.
Yeah.
I get why you didn't do it, but communication is key in this game.
And so is hospitality. You are still in the hospitality industry.
Oh, yes.
People will pick up on all that stuff and make them not want to go to your truck.
Yes, they will pick up on every little bit of negativity that is surrounding everything.
Put on a happy face, man. Smile. Be friendly. Be cordial. Tone is everything. you'll kind of figure out how you can joke with your customers about that kind of stuff. But yeah, snarky, and if that's the vibe you want your trailer to be, then that's it, and that's fine. But be expected to rub some people the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah. So I know part of what he was asking, the whole get rich quick thing. I think those that have been listening to us for a long time have known that that's never been the case with us.
No, this is not this is definitely not
a get rich
definitely
ever. Yeah,
I mean the reason that I don't look at this cafe thing get me rich. I really don't. I look at it as a stepping stone to maybe number 2 or something else, or an increase in other business that we can possibly do, like more catering, more pickups, whatever it may be. But I'm not looking at this as a way to get rich.
Yeah.
Most people in the restaurant business don't get rich until they sell it.
That's only if it was a good place.
And even then it's not rich. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and the other part was, you guys talk about all these big sales numbers and stuff. He says, what you guys never talk about what is actually making it all the way down to your pocket. If I can hit 24%, I'll be happy. 20%, I'll be happy. So 20 cents out of every dollar, if I can get that to my pocket, we're good. It's a good day, or to the business is a good day. So, and that's on average. There's plenty of days where that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, we do 2 Aetna events in a week for 10 grand, and those are higher percentage days. So it all averages out. We still all have our shitty days. I mean,
yep.
We did $800 yesterday in 7 hours. Yay. Paying 2 staff people to be there for the whole day.
That's the thing with you, is you have staff too.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit different. I don't have that staff.
Yep. So yeah, I mean,
I do feel bad when my girls don't get, like, I think one girl walked away with $200 with between tips and whatever for an 8-hour day. Pretty much an 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter yesterday, tips sucked. I mean, we had, between cash and credit, we had like $60 in tips for the whole day. And it's just that type of thing is like, I feel bad because they worked hard, but at the end of the day.
Sorry, I gotta send this out real quick.
It's okay. It's all Josh all the time. Do you have any like fairs or festivals coming up that you're doing?
No. We're pretty light right now with that kind of stuff. We have another Kentwood Food Truck Festival next month, I think. A single day. It's not going to be a massive day for us, likely. Those are usually hanging around about 25 to 3 for the day, for a long day. It's like 10 hours, I think, is what we're open for. And then, we have a couple of Fall Fest things, but as far as that goes, it makes, we're pretty much.
Are you getting some comments that were
towards the
that
end.
We're not that you're not sharing?
How to make $1 million in the food truck business? Start with $2 million.
Exactly.
Yep.
Fuck. I make $1,000 in the business. You know what this weekend at that Civil War muster was? I thought it was going to be very, very heavy credit card. It was very heavy cash. Like I had to beg for change from the other vendors because I didn't bring enough, and I had 150 in the till and 150 in the bank, and we went through 1s and 5s like it was nothing. So I was very surprised it was heavy cash.
Yeah, for most of our big food truck things, we figure it's going to be heavier cash. We definitely see an uptick in cash at those types of things. I think people are still predisposed to thinking food trucks only take cash, and there's a lot of trucks that still only take cash. I think people just plan on paying with cash. So
We did. All right. So year over year, by the way, I'm down 5%, 4.6% year over year.
we are at a ho hum 8.5, I think.
Higher?
Yeah, up 8.5. Sorry.
Well, still growth.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Still growth, bud.
Yeah, we want to get that up to double digits, though. I think we will, with our September that we have kind of lined up. October's evenings have me a little concerned still, but we'll get there. We'll get those filled.
Yeah.
We left them open and hoping that we'd get some stuff, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a good year regardless. We are looking at a couple opportunities, either via partnership or speaking of restaurants closing, a couple of buildings we might have our eye on, or opportunities we might have our eye on there. So then again, it's not anything that necessarily a storefront or to get rich, but it's just so we can expand what we have.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad, who is a minority shareholder. That right now we're stuck. Like we can't go to a second trailer. We can't do anything without a building.
I hear Dad wants to come out of retirement.
Well, he has not officially retired yet.
Well,
He still has another 4 weeks.
oh.
But
Hold on, they threw him a retirement party without him actually being retired?
It was kind of a no. So we threw him a party. It was also
Correct,
a
yes.
50-year in the industry party was technically what it was.
Gotcha.
His big retirement party is in September at the Bob. So,
Are you participating in that?
I have been asked to speak.
Yes, I want to
The
hear it.
only one of his children that was asked to speak.
Well,
So,
he knows.
yeah. Fuck you. No, it wasn't him that asked. It was
All those
people putting
those 922 shots.
That's what I should just do, a 922 shot.
You should absolutely.
Um,
You need to go through. Just speaking of those, so anybody doesn't know, 922 shot. Josh in the competition barbecue world was second to none in creating the speech, and to the point where everybody was there. Everybody was on pins and needles to figure out how the hell he would rhyme Bender. Tender's a great word.
it is tender and butter's easy, yeah.
But so he would do this, and there's videos, and I wish you wanna go viral on your TikTok page. Go find videos, and
I have most of those saved still.
Yes,
the speech,
so
the
I would
toast at least.
You have the toast, but do you have the videos of you doing it?
Yeah, they pop up in my Facebook memories. I never took the video, so it was always the only time I would ever see them is somebody else. Yeah.
So 922 is the point in barbecue competitions where you really don't have anything going on. So somebody hosts the quote unquote lucky shot, and it's always Jack Daniels, except that one time in Birch Run where Mike Terry decided to
Devil's Cut.
do it with
was it Devil's Cut?
Jim Beam Devil's Cut, yeah. And we're all
yeah. Appreciate somebody supplying the booze, but yeah, it's Jack Daniels every time. Yeah, when I was in Florida, when we did it in Florida, I actually didn't bring the supplies to, like, I didn't bring it. Because usually it's a half gallon is what we go through, a full handle, and I didn't bring one to Florida with us because we're so far out of our area that we knew there was a couple of Michigan guys, so we were going to host one, but it was going to be whatever we had, and I think we still had 40 people, and we offered. We had 3 different kinds of alcohol because everybody does something different from the region.
Yeah.
So I have a picture of that table, and there was 4 different bottles with cups in front of them.
Don't tell me you don't miss it. Don't tell me you don't miss it.
922s, yeah. Do one right now.
Okay. You want to call each other every morning? 922.
I didn't say I didn't miss it. I just said I don't want to do it anymore. It's not as fun for me anymore. I miss the way it used to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to stay up all night playing cards, and that was fun though. 15.
Did you ever partake in the Superstore comp?
Yeah.
Or were you okay?
We did.
I didn't know if you were
I think
out
we
before
did
then.
2 of them.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
I know it was at least 1. I think it was 2. Yeah. Got our asses kicked.
That was the best comp ever.
Yeah.
Well, second best comp ever.
Gentleman Jack was my preference too, Bubba. We did have, I don't remember what contest we were at, but Mark had a Frank Sinatra bottle that we used.
Ooh.
It might have been the Royal. It might not have been intended for that purpose.
Probably wasn't.
But
no, because when you have so many people show up and you don't have enough,
Yeah.
it's like you got to go find some.
Yeah.
Especially the Royal, you got to track down the people who partied the night before.
we didn't have a huge group that time. It was a pretty decent group, but yeah, I think everybody was still hungover when we did the first one.
So Josh does a speech, and and ends the speech with "May you always cook with joy and never with rage, and may one of us here be the less
Son
son
of
of
a
a
bitch
bitch
on
on
stage.
stage."
Yep. Yeah, barbecue.
And then within like 3 seconds after you finishing, you hear Rasmussen going, "Woo!" Because you're already down to shot that fast.
Well, not all of us sip it like you, Skippy.
I don't. I'm not a bourbon guy, so.
Yeah, yeah, contests were fun. But
They were.
It's not worth it for me anymore.
No, I know.
So,
I get it. I can see why.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, if it was still just a go hang out and have fun and get hammered all night, but everybody's in their trailers.
Well, it's less. Yeah, we talked about it.
It's so less social than it used to be.
It is. You have to show, like Westland. You have to show up on a Thursday night to be social.
I don't have that kind of time.
And neither do I.
So it's if I'm not getting that part out of it, then it's not worth it for me just to lose money there. Because let's face it, I don't have time to practice. And it's not the same cooking. It's not the same. And on my current smoker, I've only done 2 contests on it, and that was the first year as soon as I got it.
So it was one mounted or not? Or were they both not mounted?
Both not mounted. No. Oh, so I guess I've probably done probably 4 then total.
Because you did the UP and
the UP was mounted, and then I did Warsaw the year after that, or maybe that same year, and it was mounted out of the trailer.
Okay.
But the first two I did. Yeah, I'd just gotten the weekend before I got the smoker, and then went and did.
I remember it.
Liberty. Or Lincoln.
Wow.
It was Lincoln. Smoking in the Lincoln. Which I absolutely love that contest. I really, really wanted a watermelon. Bad.
The watermelon trophy. Bad.
That was my second contest because I did do Warsaw with it. So whichever one was first. Yeah. And I took first in ribs. I knocked chicken out of the park. I knocked ribs out of the park of 1 ribs. And I almost broke Mark's hand when I gave him a high five because I thought I had that contest. And that was the bus's first GC was that contest. Yeah. They took first in the other 3 categories, I think.
I know they don't listen, but congratulations to Brendan and Caitlin for getting married finally.
So yeah, after those first 2 contests, I had it dialed in, but that was the last time I really felt comfortable cooking a contest. The UP was okay, but that was also, right in that same year. Yeah.
We'll end with this. Our friends Brendan and Caitlin, their wedding. Last year they were talking about who they were having cater their wedding. And because they're big barbecue people, they were having a barbecue person cater their wedding. And it was in Wisconsin. The wedding is in Wisconsin. They were having Sweet Baby Ray's do a plated service for them.
All right.
And it was going to cost them 5 figures. I told him I'll do it for 7. I'll drive up there. But once he said plated, I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm out.
5 figures.
It was, but it was that Chef Deuce fella from Sweet Baby Ray's that you see on TikTok or whatever. But yeah, and I think they ended up going. I don't know if they ended up going with him. They said their wedding tasting was probably the worst experience they ever had. And I don't know if it was with him or a different
Could
restaurant.
it have been the Sweet Baby Race?
I don't, he's got his. The funny thing though is he has he has their own sauces too that aren't Sweet Baby
No,
Ray's.
that is.
Like he has a competition sauce. He's got Deuces Wild or something. What it's called or something of that nature. Anyway, so yeah, we can end with that.
All right. Well,
5 figures.
let's get
For
out of
wedding.
this thing. I got to get to work.
Oh, that was for 150 people too.
I got a flat tire on the trailer. I got to get off and to the tire place.
Jesus H.
No. All right.
All right.
Everybody have a good week. Skippy, you have a good week. Let's rock out this.
Please follow us everywhere.
This last week of August. We should be back next Monday at our normal 9 a.m. time. Glad to see that everybody found us today and
remembered us.
Yep.
Y'all love us.
Everybody have a good week. Good luck selling. Make those millions, everybody. Peace out.
Get after it, Chad.
Deuces.